Smelt that Martian cat's fart? Or if they are wearing a noticeable fragrance, you could sniff the air adjacent to them and say, "That's a lovely perfume, it smells nothing like the Martian cat's stinky bum gas." It's a weird little trick, but it works. Pickup artists report a 24% increase in their strike rate when they incorporate some reference to the Martian cat's voluntary outgassing in their opening sequence. Anyway, back on Mars.
Wow.
There you go.
Talking.
This is also quite informational.
This is science. It's science.
Yeah.
There.
It's written.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's
That'll
the
be-
Martian cat coming in.
That's
Wow.
an airplane passing through a bit of Martian cat gas.
Check it out. It's quite a display.
That extra bit of flame, that's the methane from the Martian cat's butt.
Anyway, back on Mars. A dramatic scene is unfolding.
Yeah.
For the plumber,
Oh yeah.
the effect of the Martian cat fart is instantaneous. Within 4/5 of a femtosecond, he's completely effed. Rendered catatonic, as the fart molecule sped through every one of his biological systems, slamming them shut. He falls flat on his back, quivering in anaphylactic shock. His eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling, his entire body convulsing and quivering like he had just received an enema made of liquefied nerve gas. Seeing this terrible scene, Charlie Darling climbs to his feet, steps back horrified, realizing that he has narrowly avoided inhaling any of the cat's anal hellfire. He clutches his hand and watches the Mars plumber quivering on the floor. At that very moment, Maddie opens the door of the shuttle and enters the fight. She rushes forwards and sinks her teeth into the Mars plumber's crotch, pinning his nuts between her canines. For a time, the Mars plumber remains quivering from cat fart toxicity, but finally his nervous system manages to get a signal through to the single neuron in his feeble brain and report that his testicles are being crushed between a psychopathic woman's teeth. The effect is instantaneous. Turner wakes up, screams, "Ah!" and leaps to his feet. He clutches his hands to his bollocks and hops around whimpering, his face contorted from the hideous residue of the Martian cat's colonic fluids. Maddie steps back and turns her attention to Charlie, who is creased over in pain, clasping his wounded hand. "Would you mind if I make a casual observation?" she asks. Charlie looks up, grimacing, willing to accept any advice he can get right now. Maddie says, "I think that when it comes to eradicating Marsophile genes, you should just stick to gassing old ladies in their sleep and leave the biting competition to me." "Uh-huh," Charlie nods. "Is that all?" "That's the main thing." She picks up the Martian cat, which is lying on the floor exhausted, and passes it to Charlie. "How about you take your little mate inside? I'll come in once I've finished here." Charlie takes the flaccid Martian cat, steps in inside the shuttle. Behind him, Maddie hits the button, sealing the closed door closed. Charlie puts the cat in the ground and takes stock of the pile of frozen cadavers next to the door. He looks through the shuttle door window and sees fleeting glimpses of Maddie and Turner engaged in brutal combat. He turns to see the cat stagger away and collapse under one of the habitation modules. Delivering that fart has absolutely shattered the poor little creature.
That deserves a round of applause.